Nope, it worked there too. And YouTube. So far, so good. And then restart this guy. I am covering the clock a little bit on the horizontal view. Hope you don't mind. I also feel like I'm losing my voice, which I don't know why. So whoever did this art, it's heckin' cool. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the Chaos Rift or what, but just that bear leaping through the portal, kind of cool. Is it a portal? I don't know. I guess it kind of looks like the Rift, kinda from like side view. I don't know. So there were definitely some changes in here. Gotta get used to this view? Yeah, apparently. I wonder if there's a way to swap it back, but I don't know. So I hope the seasonal quest line's good. Curious if they've made any significant changes to Infernal Hordes since PTR. I didn't play it much, but I did a little bit. Additional balancing to ensure that Infernal offerings are more balanced across the board compared to the Hellborn wave, which has been seen as essential for the best possible Infernal Hordes run. True. I'm glad you mentioned it also. Because, like, I could have been, like, sitting on my starting soon screen, like, picking my nose with my vertical stream going, and you guys would have been seeing that one instead, and I wouldn't have known. Although I would have had a starting soon screen up anyways. Yeah, if I knew, I definitely would have mentioned it. What's weird, though, is, like, when I got access to the combos beta, they sent me a notification about it. How did it know to pull my vertical stuff through Twitch? Yeah, so a while ago when they first announced that they were doing the alpha, I looked through their blog post, and the multi-stream thing that I use had a special beta version specific to the people in the multi-stream alpha, and I downloaded it early because it was available. I'm like, I might as well get ready. Little did I know it was gonna like fuck up all of my scenes and like change the way that stuff was built, so I had to like rebuild everything from basically scratch, but I was ready ahead of time. Could have saw my legs, oh man, or my butt even. So yeah, I've been ready for it, waiting for it to happen. But yeah, I thought they would have notified me when it happened, but they did not. It feels like extra warm in here right now, and I have no idea why. Like, it shouldn't be. It's not... What is the temperature outside? Only 85. It's a little warm, but it's not crazy. I was so relieved to look at the 10-day forecast and see rain in our forecast for, I think, Thursday, Friday, and next Tuesday. Very exciting. I love rain. Makes me happy. Anyways, additionally, the door to enter the Infernal Hordes now opens much more quickly than before. Usually people are slightly more reserved to enter the burning hells, but not you, Wander. The door to enter the Infernal Hordes. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What up, drunk nerd? Hope you're having a good day. I deserve it. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having the best of days. Do people initiate the Infernal Hordes in front of the door? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. The only thing I can think of is like they were talking about how like when you first go in there, there's like that one dude, and then like it just started wave 1. Now it's like you kill the dude and you get to pick, but I don't know. Yeah, that wording's strange to me. Who's liking my stream? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Maybe the door, the boss door, maybe. But that'd be a weird way to word that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon. So Similar to other... Okay, so I thought this was interesting. Similar to other bosses, starting with the Season of Infernal Chaos, Bartok's invulnerability phase can only occur after 10 seconds the fight has elapsed. So, like, when I was testing on the PTR, I noticed that I could basically one-shot bosses if I was strong enough. But this makes it sound like if you take too long, it will still hit the invulnerability phase. So you either have to kill them quick, or you're going to have to deal with the invulnerability phase. So you can't kill them at, like, a medium speed. What website do I use to follow build guides? When I use build guides, I use Maxroll most of the time. Sometimes I'll use Mobalytics, but I stay away from Icy Veins. I don't trust them at all. Yeah, shots fired. So I like that they changed the name of the Chaos Armor color, but I kind of wish the whole thing would be green, not still the unique color, because it looks kind of weird like that. Like, the colors just don't really mesh well to me, but that's not a big deal, I guess. And yeah, I saw that they added several of these. So Ramaladni's Magnum Opus, Dolmen Stone, Mutilator Plate, Scoundrel's Kiss are now available as Chaos gear, but they did not change Sork or Spiritborn. 3 different sizes you can make chat in vertical. Oh, nice. Hopefully there's one that fits in the dark section at the bottom that I have there. If you see anything that, like, doesn't line up well or something, please screenshot it, send it to me. Chaos Rift Nightmares. Since the PTR, these Chaos Rifts now provide similar rewards to their overworld Helltide counterparts. Additionally, the stacking getting hit by an attack from Chaos Portal no longer increases your overall damage taken. Okay. Little characters on the bottom? Yep. Yep. They're behind chat? Yeah, there's nothing I can do at that. Other than move them somewhere else entirely. But they were always kind of behind chat on the horizontal version anyways. Let's see. This all looks the same. Some slight change in numbers. Consuming 10 corpses grants you unstoppable. That'll probably be nice for Necros. Speed walk, speed breathe, speed drink water. Huh? How's next season looking so far? Honestly, like, I'm pretty excited for it. I think the Chaos Armor is kind of a game changer. They're getting ready to do their presentation in 12 minutes, so hopefully it's good. Let's make sure we're on the highest quality. Okay. But yeah, they put out the blog and a little trailer. Follow the Borderlands 4 story for like 6 hours, but you don't know what's going on anymore. I think I'm going to restart it off stream and just like play through it from the beginning, because I didn't really pick up on any of the story. Oh yeah, there is going to be a new Twitch drop starting next Tuesday, if you guys care. It's just a barbarian polearm, but if you want it. I guess probably two-handed axe, not a polearm. Can barbarians use polearms? I don't remember. I think they can, right? Yeah. So, Deluxe Battle Pass gets the Red Griffin armor set, immediate unlock for each... Oh, that's the Deluxe. Oh, right. The wings... Weapon, beast, armor. I'm curious if they're going to talk about if they're changing the reliquary, because that was supposed to come this season. I'm also curious if they're going to talk about the... What's it called? The collab? The IP collab? IP, yes. Yes, I do. Why did my Discord say I had 2 notifications when I only had 1? What was the earnable pet? Ah, so there was 2 different pets. There's this guy. This is the season journey one, I believe. And then there was also... I don't think they have a screenshot of the other one. It was in the video that they posted, though. Let's go up here. Right here. Is that a mount? Yeah, that looks like a mount. Then there's this guy. Who's a good puppo? So I'm not sure if that's just armor that we can put on any of the dogs. Is there more than one dog? There's more than one dog, right? I don't know. Did it have any crashes? I've not had a single crash on Borderlands. Nope, not one. There's more than one dog? Okay, I'm like, I know there's a bunch of cats. Can't remember if there's more than one dog. Yeah, so I don't know if that's a armor cosmetic for the pets. Like maybe they're just adding pet armor cosmetics as like a different selectable option similar to mount armor. Or if that's just an armored dog. I guess we'll find out. You want armor for your owl? Hell yeah. You just learned there's different stats for different bikes? Yep. I did see that. And just a heads up, I don't have any plans for gameplay after this live stream. It's probably going to be a pretty short stream today. Maybe I'll come back later at my normal time. Maybe. We'll see. Kind of playing it by ear. But I do think that for the next few days, I'm going to take it a little easier than I have been in anticipation of the new season starting. You guys work anyway? Fair. Start vacation after work today? Hell yeah. Dash Fatty, you got no work today? Nice. No. I'm hearing noises. No pizzas for you? Man. I want pizza. Can I have pizza? Wait, I just realized. Why does my sub thing say that I already have subs? Why did that not reset? There we go. That was weird. People in D4 chat are so toxic. Yeah, I saw some before they started the stream, and I was just like, you guys are the worst. Showed 0 earlier? Did it? Are people stealth subbing? Not sure it'll ship from Washington to wherever I'm only in California. It's not that far. You were born in California? Oh, I was born in Michigan. Well then, you know what that means. It's time to start number 2. Thank you for the gift sub. I appreciate it, Quick. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't reset. It's supposed to reset when I both start and end stream. Supposed to get it both ways. Bobettes, no you. Rizbucks. Yeah, I get it both ways. So now I just need for YouTube to enable the combined horizontal and vertical streaming, and then TikTok to enable OBS users to stream both ways. You like my money jar? Heck yeah. Got quite a few in there. But yeah, just throwing this out there. What this is for, if you're not aware, is every 100 that I put in there. So like every one of these, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my Discord for the upcoming Diablo IV expansion. It's not announced yet. Pre-orders aren't actually a thing yet, but I will save whoever wins and get it for them when it's available. And the first giveaway started yesterday. It's going to be up for like 2 weeks. You can't seem to get a stream key for TikTok, so you can't do it. Oh, yeah. If that's something you're interested in, look into Stream Elements. They have a alpha for vertical streaming that you can like opt into, and it should work that way. And if that doesn't work, you can also, there's like a workaround to go through Restream. Thank you for the tiny diny hot dog. I've never seen that one before. I like it. That's very channel appropriate. If you know, you know. 3 minutes. It's a new one? Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know. You probably weren't here for it, but during one of my recent subathons, was a couple months ago at this point, there was a challenge I called the Wienering that people were able to donate to get me to eat as many hot dogs in a single sitting as possible. And over the course of like 3 days, I ate like 45 hot dogs. That was exhilarating. Thank you for the heart meat and the banana. I appreciate it. The Wienering, yes, yes. It was the best name ever. Hello, Goku Edits. Wasn't it like 30 in an hour? Something like that. It was over 20. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, that was rough. I think if I wouldn't have done a bunch like 2 days prior, it would have been less awful, but still pretty bad. Is this the Diablo II remix? The one that I used to put in like all of my YouTube videos? Maybe not. Two minutes! No art, only farts? I mean, I like both. Got high hopes for the dev talk? So I feel like we already know most of what's coming. So what I'm curious about is what are they going to announce that we don't already know from what we had at the PTR? But I do think I do have high hopes for Season 10. I think that the Chaos Armor is kind of a game changer. And hopefully the Infernal Hordes is a lot of fun. I do plan on Season 10 being the most multiplayer season that I've ever had. Which would not be hard to do. I think if I played multiplayer for like 2 hours, it would probably be the most I've done. 1 minute! You've been away from Diablo long enough, you're itching to get back in for a couple weeks? Yeah, same. You all did the raid thing? That was like an hour? True. That's true. I forgot about the Dark Citadel stuff. Honestly, I'm curious if they're going to do another one of those for the next expansion. Like, I really liked it, but there was really no reason to go back. Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it. Dirty bum. All right, here we go. Turn it up a little bit. What up, Thrill? All right, is this just gonna be the same trailer? Nope.
Hello, Diablo IV community. Welcome to another Diablo IV developer update. My name is Adam Fletcher. I am the director of community here for all things Diablo. Of course, I have a wonderful panel next to me that I want to introduce. We have two familiar faces and one new face. And so, we'll jump right to it. Our new face first.
Thanks, brother. I'm Ben Fletcher. I'm the lead designer for Season 10.
I'm Aislinn Hall. I'm a systems designer.
Meh!
Work on
Diablo!
Seasons, and I specifically worked on Chaos Armor for Season 10.
Hi, I'm Charles Dunn. I'm a class designer. I worked on the Chaos perks a lot and also the class updates for the season.
This does not seem to work.
There are two Fletchers now. Two. Two. We grow stronger.
I got a plug in hoping it would help with audio, but it doesn't seem to.
We've always had multiple Adams. Now we have two Fletchers. Fun fact though, there's another Fletcher on Team 3 on Diablo. And one day we're going to have all three of us on a stream, and we're just going to be incredibly powerful.
Be unstoppable.
It's going to be unstoppable. But anyways, so we haven't actually talked in a while. We haven't had a stream in a little bit. We actually did have a little bit of a pause. We're going into a new cadence where we're going to do these streams now at the start of the season. And then our PTRs are going to be focused more around like the notes, the blog, and then of course a Sanctuary sit down that happens across Discord. But we're back. We have a little bit of a new format. We'll jump into it in a quick second, but I do want to note that we do actually have a Twitch drop that is active right now on the channel.
True.
If you're watching on twitch.tv/Diablo, or if you're watching on any co-streaming partner or anyone who's streaming Diablo 4 at this very second for the next 30 minutes, or if you watch for 30 minutes, you will actually unlock the bow. For the next couple hours, this will be available for
Yeah, it did say crossbow, and then they fixed it to say bow.
And obtain. So it's a cool way of getting some.
Did he say crossbow?
Plus, we'll have more.
New season? Yeah, it starts next week, next Tuesday.
But we do want to talk really quickly about this new format. As I mentioned, we did take a little bit of a pause to kind of rejigger some stuff behind the scenes. And we know we got a lot of feedback from the community talking about how sometimes, we can get in a little bit of our own napkin math.
He didn't say, okay.
A little bit, we get into the weeds, and it comes across as a little hard to understand on some of the features that are coming in the season. So we actually have a little bit of a pre-recorded video here.
That's what I was thinking, Timmy.
Ben and Charles narrate, and they're going to talk a little bit more about Season 10 and all the class items that are related to Season 10. So let's take it away and check out Season 10.
What is life without meaning, Wanderer? It is chaos.
I'm Ben Fletcher, lead seasons designer, and
Okay,
I'm
so it's
excited
not the
to
same.
share some details about the new season with you. The Infernal Hordes are hotter than ever because we're dialing up the intensity on this mode. We've done a significant rework of the Infernal offerings presented between each wave. Our goal is to try and make all of them feel like valid choices for you to build your run on. We've updated the balance of offerings, offering effects, introduced new challenges with the Fel Council, and introduced a new family of Chaos monsters. Within Infernal Hordes, you'll occasionally be presented with a Chaos offering as a fourth option, which will activate a Chaos wave. The more waves a compass has, the more Chaos offerings you'll see during your run. Chaos waves will have many different combinations to discover and master. Dodge deadly projectiles from Chaos rifts, slay rampaging hellworms, or defend an etheric mass from being destroyed. Chaos awaits. Rather than facing off against the Fel Council, you can choose to risk your hard-earned ether and throw down against the insidious, reborn Bartok to complete your Infernal Hordes run. It's worth the risk because slaying Bartok will reward you with Chaos armor.
They're making this quiet on purpose. I have no idea.
Chaos Armor is a more powerful version of existing unique items that come with a diabolical twist. They always fill a different item slot than the original version, leading to entirely new ways of dispensing carnage. Chaos Armor can appear for helm, chest, gloves, pants, and boots. Chaos Armor's unique powers are also more potent.
Miss much yet?
than
Nope,
their normal
just starting.
counterpart. They always roll at maximum power, and they always have at least one greater affix. For release, there will be a list of generic Chaos Armor available to all classes, as well as class-specific pieces for players to choose from. Chaos Rifts are one-way portals from hell that spew demons and environmental hazards into the world. Seal them to stop the demon infestation and earn seasonal reputation and currency. They also feature a variety of other rewards like bonus XP, gems.
Shaco's
and
not
Chaos
eligible
Armor in
as a
tournament
Chaos
difficulties.
Armor.
You'll
That'd be
find
cool though,
Chaos Rifts and
if they
Hellfights
did
throughout
do it as a
Sanctuary.
surprise.
Closing these rifts will
Also,
sometimes
amulets
award you
is not a
Nightmare
valid
Dungeon
socket
sticker
for Chaos
with
Armor.
the Chaos Rift affix. These Nightmare Dungeons are packed.
So when
with
I tried Chaos
Rifts,
Rifts on,
monsters
like at a
for you
low
to
level
destroy,
on the
and you
PTR,
may
I
even
got
come across
destroyed.
a fleeting compass.
Seasonal powers? They're seasonal perks this time.
Fleeting compasses activate a new pre-tournament version of Infernal Hordes called Fleeting Hordes that adds some spice to your character leveling journey. Fleeting Hordes, you'll slay your way through 4 offering waves and face off against 2 members of the Fell Council for a big boost of experience and rewards.
I do kind of wonder if it's like going to be viable to level from like 1 to 60.
Chaos perks change how your skills
In the
function
Hordes.
and enable you to create devastating combinations. Chaos perks come in rarities of magic, rare, legendary, and
All right,
unique.
Timmy, take it easy.
You'll be able to equip 1 unique perk along with 3 more.
So yeah, while
of the
this
other
does
types.
feel very samey from previous
class
seasons, the
has
addition of
access to
Chaos
16
Armor is what I'm
perks,
excited about because it does
4
feel
of
like a
each
new way
rarity, and
to
4 class
build our
specific
characters
perks.
that feels more
Now for our
interesting.
class updates.
Charles Dunn here. I'm a class designer here to showcase some exciting updates in the season of Infernal Chaos. Necromancers will have access to one of the most crazy and transformational chaos perks, Alter the Balance, which swaps the role of your core and ultimate skills. Your core skills will now have long cooldowns, but massively increased effectiveness.
Can
and
you
your
customize the
ultimate
vertical
skills
layout for
will only
Twitch?
have an essence
I
cost,
don't
no
think
cooldown,
so.
but with a modified, weaker effect. There are a ton of new build
I just
possibilities
got
with
that
this
today
chaos
apparently, so I don't know.
Also, if you
But I
are
don't
ever
think so.
unlucky enough to die, all of your minions will be resummoned whenever you resurrect from death.
We
No
actually
longer
get
will
them.
you have
Chaos
to
Armor
spend a
sounds very
bunch of
cool.
time finding corpses
They're
to resummon
guaranteed
your
drops
body.
in
You
Torment
can
3
get
and
right
4.
back into the fray.
And you have a chance to get them in 1 and 2.
Necromancer's new unique item is a focus, Gospel of the Devotee, which directly enhances your basic skills functionality and also makes them even more powerful. when
If you
combined
move it up a
together.
little bit, it would be
Be
perfect.
sure
It's
to
covered your
pair
chat.
this with bonuses
They
to
were
your
saying
basic
there's different
skills,
options
like
for the
aspect
chat. There's like 3 different
adaptability,
options, and
and
one of
King
them
Order's
fit.
gauntlets to wreak havoc on the demons of Sanctuary. Rogue's Dance of Knives has previously struggled
Each
with
Hordes drops
priority
one with
damage.
the
When an
666
enemy
purchase.
champion
I
monster
think
showed
so.
up, it was tough to
In
focus
Torment
from
3
there.
and 4.
But now, Dance of
They'll
Knives
probably
will
talk
prefer
about
to
it.
target enemy champions, elites, and bosses, giving you better priority single target damage. Penetrating Shot has also received some sizable buffs, including higher base damage and a higher multiplier on its unique bow, Eaglehorn. But if you would like to try out a slightly different playstyle, swap out Eaglehorn for the new unique crossbow, Orphan Maker. Orphan Maker introduces a new keyword, Reload, which causes a skill to be unusable for a short period of time after casting, but in exchange, it gains increased damage and reload time based on your attack speed.
I wonder if that was
If
based
you manage
off
to
Mercenary
find
and
the Chaos
PoE.
Armor version of Orphan Maker, you can
Probably.
even combine this effect with Eaglehorn. For the Sorceress, Charged Bolts has been supercharged this season. Aspect of the Charged Flash has been reworked to cause Charged Bolts to spend your crackling energy charges for even more damage.
I might have to
Aspect
try
of
Charge
Piercing
Bolt.
Static
That could be
now
fun.
causes your Charged Bolts to spawn even more Charged Bolts to flood the screen with electricity. The new unique ring, Galvanic Azurite, pairs perfectly with these updates. Lightning damage will magnetize enemies and cause them to be pulled together by your crackling energy.
Staff of Liam Neeson? Maybe.
Sorceress has one of the most interesting chaos perks this season, Mana Shield. This effect essentially turns your mana into your life total, and gives you plenty of extra mana to work with. And if you need to quickly heal up, avoiding damage for a few seconds will rapidly replenish your mana pool. While this is
Does
the
using
season
a
of
healing
Infernal
potion
Chaos, Druid's Tornado
do
will
nothing?
be a little bit less chaotic. Tornado now always seeks enemies who are close to where you cast it, and then it spirals in an area nearby. Storm Chaser's aspect has been reworked to allow Tornado to drag enemies along with it, further
that's
increasing
cool.
its damage and consistency. Druid's new unique pants, Kilt of Blackwing, lets a Raven's build take flight. By shapeshifting or casting companion skills, you will spawn additional Ravens to peck at your enemies, and occasionally summon a full Unkindness, massively increasing your flock. Be sure to try out the Chaos perk Wild Transformations, which uses defensive skills and grants a bonus while shapeshifting. This synergizes extremely well with Flesh Render to apply constant damage to nearby enemies. Barbarian's Walking Arsenal key passive has been slightly reworked.
One
and
season they
now
should
grants
expand the
unstoppable
skill trees.
and
They've already
even
talked
more
about they're doing a
XP
skill tree
when keeping
revamp
up
with the
all
next
3 weapon
expansion.
bonuses.
They've done interviews about
If
it
you
already.
don't like playing with all those weapons, try out the Chaos perk Single-Minded Fury. This gives multiple, massive bonuses, such as the never-before-seen Overpower Chance. But you can only get these bonuses if you commit to only wielding a single arsenal weapon type. The new one-handed unique sword, Saber of Tsagal, increases your damage
Tsagal?
for each damaging skill you have equipped. This excludes buffing or defensive skills like Shouts, Wrath of the Berserker, and Iron Skin. But by combining your offensive skills, you can buff up your damage all the same.
You heard Bob Saget?
Spirit
Nice.
ultimate skills have all been buffed. The Hunter now gives a one-time chance per enemy to execute them, even if they are at full health. And the Seeker can now refund charges against elites and bosses. The Devourer gains increased scaling damage, while the Protector's upgrades have been streamlined and improved. Speaking of the Protector, the new unique gloves, Hesha Ikasungi, alters the Protector's targeting to let you cast it
No
at
defense
random.
gives more attack
And
damage.
it
Didn't
will
they say it was
pull
the
in
opposite?
enemies
Didn't they
with
say
each
having
hit.
more defensives gives more
Dedicated
attack
guerrilla
power?
builds will be ready
If
to
you use that?
smash with this new power.
Maybe I heard it wrong.
The Chaos perk Combined Strikes is extremely potent, essentially doubling the output of your core skills, but it adds a long cooldown. You can get around this cooldown though by combining your core skills with your basic skills' third hit. These are just a few of the exciting updates coming in the season of Infernal Chaos.
I will deliver humanity from the natural order. I will be sanctuaries ruin.
There we go. Quick recap of everything that's coming in seasonal.
I do like that format
season
better.
Of Infernal Chaos, which is our 10th season for Diablo IV. Huge thanks to, of course,
Aislin's wearing a Berserk shirt.
recording
What does
all
it
that
mean? Are
stuff
they doing Berserk
beforehand.
again?
But there's more stuff on there on top of.
Thought it was the 19th, they
what
pushed
you
back.
guys
No, it was always the
saw,
23rd.
that we
They always do it
wanna
on
go through
Tuesdays.
A lot of things from PTR that we were, and a lot of learning, some quality of life stuff as well.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it. I know one big thing that everyone has been always talking about has been like whispers and what we can do to improve on that. So Aislinn, I know you had a change you wanted to talk about with
Nightmare
Whispers coming in
Dungeons.
Season 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Finally show whispers on the
something
sigils.
People have been asking for is when you look at your Nightmare Dungeon sigils.
Hell
if there's
yeah.
a whisper affiliated with that dungeon, it would actually show you on the Nightmare Dungeon sigil itself.
I'd like to take at
We,
least partial credit
have
for
that
this.
now in Season 10, so you will be able to much more efficiently plan your path for all the different Nightmare Dungeons you're going to be playing through.
We have the technology. Here.
The tech is here.
We have the technology.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah, it should help a whole lot.
Allowed-
make things way
allowed to
more
what?
efficient, especially when you're seeing a full.
I deserve all the credit?
keys.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ninja Turtles crossover wins.
exactly.
I legitimately did pitch it to them. I doubt they'll do it, but I did.
Another big change that is also coming with the PTR learnings and everything that we've seen has to do with Chaos Rift. So Ben, I know you wanted to chat a little bit about that.
Yeah, we
Once
have
had
a couple
an
changes
idea
coming
used, you
from
had to sign a
Chaos
big
Rift and
disclaimer.
PTR.
I mean, I just
First
gave my
one
feedback
is,
to one of the partner
we saw
managers.
that the wave attack that comes out of those is pretty powerful. A lot of people getting wrecked by those. on people. I got wrecked by that.
Cal level when? Seriously.
Pretty shocked.
Hopefully with the next
Because,
expansion.
You know, they already did a lot
This
of
is looking
damage and a lot
meh?
of stacking
Oh, man,
debuff,
I'm
which
hyped for
just
it.
take even more damage over time. So we've chilled those out a bit. There's no longer a stacking debuff, and we reduced the damage a little bit on those, so it won't be quite so hard to deal with, especially for low-level characters. The next change is for Chaos Rifts that you encounter in Nightmare Dungeons. We've juiced the rewards a little bit more on those to make the activity more
A
rewarding.
lot of the same, other than the armor.
More rewarding.
That's fair.
Less punishing.
It was
We saw
the main
a lot of
focus
people
was
about it as
upgrading
well.
Infernal
PTR,
Hordes.
A lot of comments related to
But I mean, there's a lot of new
so happy
class
to see the
stuff,
changes there.
and
I know.
I don't know, should be interesting.
Of course, with Infernal Hordes and that being a major focus in this
And the Chaos
specific
Rifts
season, there's
are
been a lot of changes in regards
hopefully
to
fun.
balance on those. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about Infernal Hordes and the changes coming with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we decided to take a pretty big pass on Infernal Hordes after PTR. We got a bunch of wonderful data and fantastic feedback. And so that really spurred us to dive deep. So thank you very much.
How
for that.
deep?
I'm not going to go into all the details of the changes we made. You can check out the patch notes if you want to read it line by line. But I do want to go over 4 points regarding like overarching.
Remember
stuff we
Bjorn,
did
the guy who
for
designed
Infernal Hordes.
Spearborn? We need to see more of him.
The first, is that we adjusted base ether
Yeah.
gains from ether
He's
events.
probably busy.
So before, you would get a lot of your ether from your offering choices. So whatever build you constructed would be the vast majority of where your ether was actually coming from. We wanted to make it more so it was a bit more equally balanced between the amount you were blasting through ether events, and your offering choices in the build that you construct.
I think he was moved to a
in the
new
second line, we
class.
focused on Chaos Waves. So we actually had more Chaos Waves in PTR because we wanted people to check it out and just get in and do as much as possible. We ended up toning down the number of Chaos Waves that actually spawn in each Infernal Horde key.
Where's Joe Shelley? Yeah, I don't know.
It was kind of overpowering the buildcraft element of the Infernal Hordes. Now you're going to find less Chaos Waves, but each Chaos Wave is going to be, it's going to be a very lucrative amount of ether that you're going to gain from it, so they're going to be worthwhile to do. Especially the Ether Goblins event. That one is really, really powerful. We also just
So if there's
kind of
less
did
of them,
a
but they're more
generic
worthwhile to do,
pass on everything. We audited all the different
why would we not
offerings.
take them?
We tuned a bunch of the different numbers on everything. We made sure that the
Like these
legendary
campfires could be
and
an
the
email.
rare offerings
I
were
do
really
like the new
worthwhile to
format.
pick.
I like the intro
And then
video
finally,
that
we
kind of
have
goes through like the
specific
high level
focus on
changes
soul
first. I
spires.
think
So we know that
that's
soul
good.
spires haven't been the most popular choice since season 5.
But
we
it,
made
but
sure
in a lot
that,
of ways, I think you're right.
the
And there is a
base
blog post
ether
about it.
Upgrades to soul spires are going to definitely be really powerful, especially because there's some multiplicative offerings for soul spires. So multiplying a higher number.
The Eclipse on the
is
Horizon.
Really good. Number go up.
People are capable
And
of
we
enjoying
also
more
have
than
some
one
reworks
game.
on some of the soul
Some
spire
people actually
offerings,
like
and
having
should
more
be
than
a
one
lot
game
more
to play.
powerful now.
Just
So
saying.
Please
Just saying.
show us how much of a terrible mistake we made, and we hope you enjoy Infernal Hordes in Season 10.
There we go. A lot of big changes coming with Infernal Horde. It's funny that you mentioned Soul Spires because I know myself and many others would just completely skip Soul Spires when it was an option for offerings. And also, fun fact, Aether is actually ether.
Yes.
We struggled with this before this season because we were all, either recording videos or doing little pieces or talking about it beforehand. And then we learned that canon in Diablo IV, despite it being spelled A-E-T-H-E-R, it's actually
You enjoy the fast-paced gameplay from Diablo just falls flat for you personally at endgame?
Right.
I don't disagree with
said
you.
it that
Like
first
usually the
time.
seasons I'm
When
burnt
we
out
came
after
with the season
a couple
with
weeks.
Infernal Hordes, and since
But
then,
pay attention when they start announcing
we can't
new
change
stuff
it.
that's
We
coming.
can't
Or
change
as
it.
the A is silent.
Exactly.
Keep an eye out.
Exactly.
Just keep an eye out.
Other big changes from PTR, I know everyone got to experience like the class perks and of course the chaos armor within PTR, and then there was a ton of feedback that came in from that.
Oh, yeah.
So Charles, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, one of the big drivers of this season was the Chaos perks and Chaos armor. We really wanted to encourage a lot of build crafting, where you like
Sounds like bro knows, but legally can't say. That's exactly right.
To use, and how it all works together. Much more so than in previous seasons, where some of the past seasonal powers were a bit more of an extra layer on top of your build. These seasonal mechanics, the Chaos perks and armor, really worked to
I told
change
you
your
everything,
build
don't let
at
him lie.
level.
Fake news!
We got a lot of great notes on every class about builds that were working, builds that weren't, things that were a little too strong, a little too weak, because there's just so many interactions with all of these.
I still
different
feel like
Chaos
that
armor
green on
and
that
perks
brownish
together.
color just does not work.
I think in broad
It's only a
strokes,
one
we
season
saw that
thing, it's
some
fine.
of the
It's fine.
Chaos perks, some of the more generic ones, were a little bit strong, they were kind of crowding out some of the more class-specific options. That's also a new thing that we've been doing this season with class-specific seasonal powers. To really allow us to
All
make,
green. That's what I'm saying.
more
All green would have been
customized
great.
things for every individual class.
Don't ban you.
So we
Don't ban
looked
Riz,
at the past
please. Yeah.
to buff up a lot of the more class-specific ones, rather than nerf
I'm
down
dumb, but I'm
too
not
many of
stupid.
the generic ones that were slightly overperforming. Of course, even on a class-by-class basis, we saw some, like the Druid, were doing extremely well. There's a number of issues with Druid on the PTR, which is one of the great reasons that we have PTR. Is so
Did
that
they
we can affect
fix
them
it?
and get
No.
ahead of them before they go live.
Let's not go that far. Oh, okay.
Ruin
All
the
right.
actual season launch with being, either bugged or ridiculously overpowered, like some of their effects were.
Did they do
We've
green
worked
because
really hard
Vessel
on
Hatred
Druids
is
to
green?
bring them back a little closer
I
to
think just the
past.
seasonal color is
But on
green.
the other side, we had some classes like Rogue.
Like,
that
that's
really
how,
felt
like, the
they
seasonal
were being
quests
left
were always
behind just
green.
raw numerically. There's
But
so
I
many
don't know.
different combinations of these perks and Chaos Armor.
But I'm
that
wondering
it's
if they
sometimes a
didn't
little
make the
difficult
whole
to predict where
item
everything's
green,
gonna land.
because then
And
people are
Rogue
like, well,
landed
green
a
means
little bit lower
sets.
than the average. So we've done a pass kind of across the
Are
board.
they ever gonna do
for
sets?
some numeric buffs to Rogue, as well as some
Maybe,
light design
maybe
tweaks
not.
on some of their Chaos perks to hopefully bring them back up to the pack.
It's definitely a
and
different
be
green,
more
though.
competitive across other classes.
Yeah, I know PTR is always super helpful for us because it allows us to find these like really extreme cases where some classes really kind of like go out of bounds. Druid most definitely went out of bounds by quite a few pit tiers compared to other classes. So most definitely being brought back with the rest of the.
I just
group. And of
confirmed
course,
sets are
Rogue
coming out. New
also
expansion
getting
right there.
buffed up as well,
I did no
which is
such
great
thing.
to see.
This is a solid
yeah,
patch or
great
L.
feedback
I'm
from
new, so you
players
don't know.
during PTR.
I think it's going to
Always
be
important
really
for people
good.
to jump into
I
the
still think
PTR.
they're going to have the issue where
We also
most
have
people
some
end up getting bored
additional
after
stuff
3 or
that we
4
haven't
weeks
talked
of the
about
season,
that
but
hasn't
hopefully
really
I'm wrong
covered
there.
off, which is some armor related pieces. Aislinn, do you want to talk a little bit more about some of this new armor?
But I do think it has
Yeah.
potential
So
to be
we've
one of
seen
the
that
best
everyone's
seasons.
Really excited about Chaos Armor, and that is wonderful to see.
I think they
And
mean
we
Rob.
got a
Rob's super
ton of
helpful at finding
feedback
overpowered
about
builds.
different
Yeah.
items that people would like to
Did I
see
get
as
schnoz?
Chaos
I did get
Armor.
schnoz.
And so we kind of collated
They bring
all of
sets,
that
the
and
community will
thought
be
about
very
it,
divided
and
on
was
it.
Like, well, we here's like one class that we would love to
Yep.
add a piece
It
of
depends
Chaos
how they
Armor
do it,
to,
but yeah.
another one, and then we were like, well, let's just add another one to each class. So we've added one more piece of Chaos Armor for each different class, and we just wanted to talk through it really quick.
Most of the
about
classes,
our
not all
choices
of
and a
them.
little bit about what makes them special and cool. So Barbarian's going to be
Unless
getting
your
Rod
patch
Rodney's
notes are wrong.
Opus. It's a
Not patch
one-handed
notes.
sword. It's kind of a more
Season blog.
generic. It fits into a lot of different builds. It's kind of focused on.
Started
big
your new
theory,
build, so it's already a wash
which
come
is cool
Tuesday.
because if you get it as
If you want to play
as
seasonal,
Chaos
yes.
Armor,
When the new season starts, you
can
will have
kinda
to make
slot
a new
it
character
into
if you want to do the
bunch of
seasonal
different
stuff.
fun. Druid's getting Dolmen Stone, which causes your boulders to spin around you, orbit around you, so you're going to be able to do some fun Chaos Armory stuff with that. Necromancer's getting Mutilator Plate as Chaos Armor. and
Shocked they
that
haven't added more
involves
raids.
Bloodlands,
I'm curious
so
if they're going to do one for the
Bloodlands is
next
going to be
expansion.
Quite glorious in season 10 if you can find yourself a Mutilator Plate on your boots.
Because like I like them, but there was no reason to go back.
Going to be getting the Scoundrel's Kiss.
So I'm hoping.
And that
Oh,
one
okay.
causes your rapid fire
Esus and
bob.
Sunbirds.
And it's a ring, so it's nice.
I wonder
to be
why
able
those
to
weren't
move up
highlighted
your
on the
armor
patch-
slot
on the-
and make
on
your
the
rapid
blog
fire
post.
stronger. Esu's Heirloom is going to be for Sorcerer. That one is once again kind of a
Esu's
more
is
generic
nice.
one, and you're
I don't know
able
what
to move
Sunbirds
off
is.
your boot slot, so you might be able to put something else in your boot slot, which is kind of neat. And then Spiritborn is getting Sunbird's Gorget, I believe. Is
Dark
the,
Citadel was a beat
item.
only and ignore. Yeah,
And
pretty
that
much.
one is about,
Like if they found a way
feathers,
to like
and it's also an
every
amulet, so
season
moving it off
add
your
new
manual
mechanics
slot
that are
seems
themed around the
really
season
good
and then add new
because it
rewards, I
retains
think
the
that would have been
resistance
super cool. I would have
bonus
loved to
that
go
the
back
amulets
with like
can
different
currently
mechanics
get,
and stuff.
But then you get to put it
But they just
on another
didn't
piece of
touch it.
armor, which is like amazing.
I think a lot of people hated that you had to do it in a group,
Yeah, looking forward
which
to seeing like all the
I
additional
understand,
build
but I still
possibilities
thought it was
now
fun.
because we're adding additional Chaos Armor, so it's going to be really cool to see.
And new mechanics, new
beyond what
rewards,
people
yeah,
did during
exactly.
PTR and what they got to experiment with. So awesome to see some changes there. And probably the biggest point of feedback that we've gotten throughout last season was most definitely around boss immunity phases. And Ben, do you want to talk a little bit about some changes that are coming related to that? And we
never
also
once
got,
done the Dark
like,
Citadel.
because some
It's
people
fun to do
experienced
at
a
least
little
one
bit of that in
time,
PTR,
and
but
I
then they gave
recommend
us more feedback
either
based
going
off
in
the stuff that was
completely
coming
blind, like
in
not knowing
season
what to
10.
do,
So,
or watch my
wanted to
YouTube
quick
video
update.
guide.
Yeah, so definitely had a ton.
But I think it's
ton
more
of
fun if you don't watch
feedback
anything and you
on
just go in there
boss
and
immunity
figure it out
phases,
yourself.
Changes that we put into the PTR and that are being carried forward into season 10. If you're not familiar with what that is, basically we took the immunity phases from the layer bosses.
Is PoE2 any fun?
Anytime
Keep hearing
they
it's
would
great.
have an immunity
You really like
phase,
Diablo 4, so
we've
curious.
replaced that
It's
with a
way more
shield, that
complicated.
can take
It's
damage
way
and
more
be blasted
difficult,
down.
but it is really
So
fun.
if you're powerful enough, you can still, just nuke the boss and continue on your way as you're grinding it out. But it still provides like a meaningful, significant challenge for less powerful characters. The thing that we did change coming out of PTR is we updated the Bartok fight at the end of Infernal Hordes to use the same style of shielding to make, bring that fight in line with our other layer bosses.
Yeah, I think people saw some of the changes come with the other layer bosses in the PTR, and then Bartok was there, and then they're like, wait a minute, this one still has.
Do I have beginner tips for Diablo 4 on my YouTube?
PTR.
Some.
But, some
I
of
need
these
to make
changes
more. I
happen
did
on,
recently make a
as we're
Codex of Power
implementing
guide that might be
everything, and
helpful
so it was
if you're
good for
newer
us
to the
be able
game.
to hear what players, their reactions to it, and how they actually, really appreciated that. Hey, if you're a blaster, you can just blast through the shields, and we know we have a ton.
But
of
I'm always
benefits
willing
with
to answer
Diablo,
questions and stuff too.
And so now you won't be stuck behind a lot of these immunity phases that you had before with the layer bosses, while still having that little bit of an edge, that like elevation you have to gain to get blast through the
Going to do some
actual
Borderlands?
shield. So
Good luck.
a lot of
Have
quality of
fun.
life stuff. There's actually going to be patch notes available immediately after the stream. We know we
Diablo
have the blog
Diablo
that
reminds
came
you of
out,
PUBG versus
about an
Call of Duty.
hour and a
One of its
half
better
ago
features,
or
one's more
so
fun to play.
on, Diablo4.com.
can see
that
that.
will be updated to include patch notes immediately after the stream, so you guys can actually check out all the changes, plus more things that we haven't actually covered off on this specific stream, so that, you can do all your theory crafting and everything, because this time you've got a week.
Yeah.
A week.
A whole week?
Normally.
I hope
a whole
Tuesday's
week
the new
before-
norm for
before
these.
We release like notes usually on Thursdays beforehand, so now you get a whole week to actually theory craft, which is cool to see.
Tips also change season to season.
We
That's
do wanna
true.
take some
That's true.
questions from Twitch chat. I'm also gonna address this. We always get people that ask like, hey, how come chat's disabled on other platforms and stuff like that? We only have so many moderators, so this makes it a lot easier for us to like funnel questions in. So if you have questions, jump over to Twitch chat. Happy to answer those. I know those are going to be spooling up here in a second, but we do want to kick off at least one question while we're waiting to grab additional questions from people, specifically around what was the inspiration behind Chaos Armor. We've gotten a lot of
I don't think that
feedback
question's
since
from
the
chat.
PTR,
I think they had
since
one
people
ready
got
to go.
experience it. A lot of comments about like Chaos Armor is a lot of fun. Is this something that we can continue to play going forward?
Sure.
What was the inspiration for Chaos Armor for season 10?
Yeah, so I think
Over
a lot
on the
of us
red
in the
side.
office are fans of card games, and what you do in
Card
gaming
games.
is you typically build a deck from a bunch of
Okay.
different cards.
Okay.
And I've been a card game fan for a long time, and I've been an ARPG fan and a Diablo fan
Interesting.
for a long time. And when I'm building my character in an ARPG or a Diablo, I kind of think about it in the same lens. Like every item is like a different modular piece in something that you're constructing, right? And when you can turn those modular pieces into more randomly emergent things that you didn't expect, where like a unique item existed in a very specific state, but then it can randomly exist in a
Thank you for the
different
follow.
state,
Appreciate it.
it kind of creates so many different permutations and combinatorics and possibilities. And we also got to like use all of these amazing unique items that we already had to do that. And so, when we put those pieces together and we thought about it from the sense of like, we can take these things we already have and we can randomize them, kind of jumble them up. And it just creates this like whole new world of possibilities with all these cool new things. That really, we saw that and we were like, this is going to be cool. Like, we want to try this out and see where it goes. And so, yeah, I would say it came from that love of like the combinatorics of card gaming.
Nice.
Yeah, I think one thing that we really heard internally a lot, or like from the feedback from you, the players, was about kind of some seasonal powers feeling a bit like additive, where you just kind of slapped it on top of your build, and wasn't really changing how you build your deck, right?
Yeah,
In that,
exactly.
to use that analogy. And so, we heard that a lot around some of the previous seasons, and so this is kind of our response to it, to say, well, let's make a seasonal power structure that really just recontextualizes everything and just really shuffles the deck up, right? And changes how you play. And so that's where Chaos Perks, the design kind of came in, as well as
Chaos Armor to really.
I'm still
be
sad
about
he never
shifting
replied to
up
my
the way
tweet.
you build up your character.
Yeah, and I know we're getting questions here in chat. A lot of them asking like, "Hey, what happens to Chaos Armor after the season? Is this something that actually ends up like carrying over into next season? Like, I'll always have Chaos Armor." It is a seasonal element specifically, so you know, as you have your Chaos Armor, it essentially will deprecate after the season is over. But I will note, like, when we get feedback from players specifically on seasonal mechanics that are like really great, that they really enjoy, you know, the team takes it to heart when we look at ways of potentially, you know, maybe it could be something that reappears or comes back in a different flavor or something like that for later on down the line in Diablo 4. We've seen that with other things within our past seasons, that like the Ravens is a great example from our Witchcraft season, where people were like, hey, that element of being able to turn in whispers like that is just awesome. I would love that to be able to stay, because it just makes the quality of the life game better, way better. So it's something that we will take feedback on, and like, if you guys really enjoy a Chaos Armors or like Chaos perks, things like that, let us know. It's always good to know, especially from our side. So good to hear from the team on how they and why they kind of developed the
Left
armor.
on. Wait,
Other questions that we have.
what is the context for that?
Is Chaos Armor? Can you target farm certain?
Oh,
Chaos
oh.
Armor,
About my
Chaos
tweet to
Armors
to
and
Charles. Right,
specific
right,
armor
right.
slots. It's from Belgium
Yeah, maybe.
95.
But BlizzCon's not until next year.
Specifically.
There is. It's a fairly light touch right now, so you can go to the Gambler.
Tell Misha the Realm Walker will
and
never come
if
back.
you,
I want the
you know,
Realm
search
Walker.
specifically for a chest armor or whatever. And
That was
you
my
just
idea.
roll
She
through
stole it from me.
Eventually, you will find a Chaos Armor, and it will be in the chest slot. So you can target farm it that way. Though in general, we did try to keep it much more randomized. Like when you go and you fight different enemies throughout the game, it's going to be
GS in chat?
fairly
Oh, okay.
random. And a big part of that is because we were really hoping to create a world where players would like go through and it would feel very emergent. Like you would find an item that you didn't expect in a slot you didn't expect, and now you can kind of create your own build. But yes, you can go to the Gambler and search specifically for it.
Question from Neem5i5 or 515, whatever you want to do. What about the mention
What up, Joe?
10-second invulnerability phase for the Bartok fight? Can you elaborate on that? So I think that, and this was what you were talking about, Ben, which is it was kind of addressed here specifically.
Yep, he just gets a shield now.
Yeah, so he'll have the same type of changes that the other layer bosses actually have from PTR. So you won't be able to. You won't be able to. I don't think people really wanted to experience like a long immunity phase. So, but you will be able to blast through the shield if you are a blaster and take down bosses a lot quicker.
Are we getting Pally soon? Nothing confirmed yet.
Question
Hopefully,
from-
fingers crossed. We should be getting an expansion announcement towards the end of the year.
Bad with this. P01 Sans Clan. Oh, that's a great name. Great name. love to learn the lore about that one. Did anyone find the rarest rainbow goblin who dropped mythics during the event, or was he really a ghost?
It definitely existed.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact number in front of me, but it was
I did
not
see
zero. That's
one
for sure.
post on Reddit
There was,
about
there was
one
a-
person getting
a
one.
handful of people who found the rarest.
New season starts next Tuesday.
It was really
Confirmed.
Funny, though. I remember seeing like a Reddit post, and it wasn't confirmed that someone actually found the rarest goblin. Like it was probably that they found the rarest goblin, but it wasn't hard evidence. So you looked at it and you were like, I don't know if you actually found it. I'm not sure I believe you.
Question from the Warrior Poet 80, and curious to know on this one too. Rune drop rates were pretty low last season. Is there any news on potentially changing that or updating the drop rate specifically?
Yeah, so that's something that we want to continue to take a look at. We have, data that we're collating and looking through. If we find, if we continue to get a lot of feedback that that's the case in this season, we will, continue to monitor and potentially make adjustments.
Cool. Daggity. Is it possible to have the same unique effect on multiple chaos
No.
equipped at once?
No, like the same chaos item, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you cannot. We actually were thinking about that in the very early stages of development, and we were pretty quickly like, Well, that would be absolutely broken, so we probably can't do that.
Yeah, so it's not even that they don't take effect. Like currently, you can equip 2 legendary aspects, and just one of them, the weaker one, gets disabled. For Chaos Armor specifically, if you have Chaos Armor and even the regular unique that it's based off of, they're mutually exclusive. You cannot even equip them because they do carry over all of the affixes on the gear. Unlike
also the implicit,
say,
which is interesting.
Aspects, right? You know. You just will only be able to have that one copy of that unique equipped to prevent some situations where things get even more out of control and chaotic than they currently are.
Yes.
Kiku Flower asks, what about putting a blacksmith or stash
want movement speed on every piece of gear?
to salvage uniques or putting them into the stash?
Just get
Have we,
all
you
the
know, it's
boots,
something I
chaos
know that
armors?
players have brought up, but is it something that we're looking at or potentially trying to? I think players are trying to find optimization around traveling back and forth.
Yeah, so that's actually a conversation we were having about the training grounds of like, just to kind of talk to something similar. We were talking about like, should we add even more stuff to the training grounds to make that more convenient? But the thing about the training grounds is that it's intentionally supposed to be as convenient as possible, right? But we still want to have some degree of respect for the fantasy in the actual world space, which includes lair bosses. So it's kind of a push-pull there. You know, again, I think this is one of those things where if that's the way you feel, like, please let us know. And the more we hear about that, the more it will be on our radars. But for now, you know, we want you to go into the lair boss arena and challenge the boss and have that be their space.
Riker. Hi, Riker.
Oh, hello.
I just, hey, look.
DJ.
Riker asks, patch notes make mention of a 10-second window for immunity phase. No mention of shields. Can we clarify this? That might be something wrong with the patch notes or a blog or something. So we'll double check on that. But yeah, there is shield phases now for the lair bosses. Right. So just to clarify, if you're reading something, that might be
sell all button. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Our bad, which we'll update on the actual blogs and everything from that end. Ernest Still IO. Will the drop rate for Chaos Armor depend on whether you are already wearing this item, but not as Chaos Armor? So, for instance, if you happen to be wearing one of the regular pieces.
Oh yeah. No, it won't have. That won't have any influence on it. It's pure chaos, my friends. You go in, you find whatever the Chaos Gods decide you should be blessed with.
Cool. And then
the RNG gods shine upon thee.
Potentially buffing up mythics or doing some additional work to mythics.
Nerf mythic drop rates.
Yeah,
nerf it.
Mythics are definitely something that's been on our radar. We haven't made any substantial updates,
I said
changes to them in a while. Not for this season, not for season launch. You know, we think that a lot of the
ground
build crafting opportunities is going to be about Chaos Armor, and in some cases, you know, the really good Chaos Armor pieces are arguably better than some mythics, depending on the slot, depending on your build. But that being said, you know, for future seasons, it's definitely on our radar that some mythic uniques are definitely not up to par of some of the other ones. And so we're looking for ways to modify them or update them.
Not season 1 levels, but it needs to be drastically reduced. Yeah, I think so too. I think uniques need to be reduced also.
Got it.
But
also, I got clarification on the Riker thing. Apparently,
a lot of people
there
would
is
be
details in the
very
patch notes. The blog is just very brief. Thank you, Marcus, who is literally live typing to me as
Good job, Marcus.
So that's the reason why there's probably a little bit of confusion. I know this is probably like the big final question that we'll take here for today, which is related to future changes in regards to some of the things that we talked about before, specifically around masterworking and tempering. And one thing that it's something that everyone's been talking about.
Covering the drops from mythics and make them tradable.
Yeah.
I think that would be okay if they make them more rare, but allow them to be tradable. I think that'd be cool.
Season 10
make them actually valuable.
Awesome season. It's going to be a long season through until we get to our next one. But I will say, of course, we always have PTRs, and we talked about how PTRs.
Did you just say the season's going to be a long one?
The season 11 PTR is going to be very important for people to jump into and actually test out specific things, because we are planning on making some big changes in regards to masterworking and tempering. And
that's happening in season 11.
We do want
Interesting.
people to actually check that out. We'll have more information as we get closer to the PTR specifically. But I know it's something that like Aislinn, you have been like really focused in on. It was a topic that you had been talking about for many months. So, but yeah, season 11 PTR is going to be really important for everyone. everyone to get that feedback. So
Interesting.
make sure to jump in during that moment as you're playing through Season 10. We'll have that 11 PTR that will go up, so it'll be cool to see.
Yeah. Just the general stretch of Season 10 and all the things happening within, including the Season 11 PTR.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, a cool opportunity for people to check out some of the bigger like system changes that we're planning on doing for Diablo 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our wrap up for our stream right here. You know, we had a new format here. We are absolutely open to feedback. We wanted to lay out all the information about the season in the beginning of the show really cleanly so that people can hear all the details and everything. Do you want to do a quick reminder that the season
Ben looks like he
actually
doesn't want to
starts
be there.
next Tuesday, which is September 23rd.
I think
So
they
make sure
flew
to
him
jump
here,
in,
or
for
yeah, they flew him there
season
like just for this
10.
too.
It's going to be a ton of fun.
Seem more
Infernal
concise,
Chaos,
yeah.
lots
Much
of
shorter
Chaos
than
armor
normal,
that you can grab.
which I'm
More
okay with.
Chaos armor now, as we just talked about here, that you can actually end up grabbing. Likewise, there's some really cool reliquary rewards for this season. The team is really amped up on like the quality and like the coolness of the actual items. You can get a Labrador, guys. Come on. Like, it's so cool. It's like
Who's a good
the
puppy?
coolest thing in the world. But I think the other thing that's also really cool, and this is a first for D4 specifically, is we have some new wings that will be coming in, and these are actually reactive wings as well.
Oh my God.
Which is
What do
really,
they
really
react
sick.
to?
These wings specifically, the reactive like portion of it will actually trigger if you get a like I think it's like kill streak of like 20 or 25, somewhere around there. So it's actually really sick. So make sure to check out the reliquary rewards. These are actually really awesome. And then separately, there is also a new pet that is part of the season journey. And that will be part of Chapter 6. We made those changes
Pandora.
a couple seasons ago, so it's like much more friendly.
Wings and pets are
people
the
to
only
actually be able
cosmetics
to
you buy?
obtain, that big chase.
What about
which
mounts?
is, Pandora. This cute little fox. This cute little menacing fox. This cute little fox with like
spooky.
magma coming up its legs and stuff like that. But yeah, Pandora will be part of the season journey, so you can actually check it out, which is really cool. And what else do I have to say? Oh, we have a cool infographic here. We have a cool
That was already on the
full-on
blog.
display of everything that is coming with the season of Infernal Chaos. So you
Cosmetics
guys
are
can
always sick,
actually,
yeah.
Get a quick grab of seeing like all the big changes that are coming. So it'll be really cool to see. September 23rd, people will be able to jump in, and of course, immediately after this stream, you can jump in and check out our patch notes on Diablo4.com.
And start theory crafting. Start
Yeah.
theory crafting.
You
build
got a whole week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of content creators ping me going like, wow, we have a whole week. Like I don't have to crunch over the
Can
weekend
confirm.
for
Saw that.
things. And I was like, yeah, you get 2 extra days. So
They were
it'll
so
be,
excited.
Great to see.
They're like,
And then
I don't
one
have to
other
do all
big
this
thing
over the
is
weekend?
that I will remind people on is Twitch drops are going on right now, and they will go on for at least a couple more hours. So if you are watching anyone who's on the Diablo 4 category, you can most definitely still earn the bow. And we will have Twitch drops at the start of the season as well. You're going to earn a pole arm. The pole arm is actually it's showcased on the blog. It looks absolutely sick. And you just have to watch Diablo 4.
2 hours,
When
3
it's
hours,
coming
something like
through, the start of
Enough
season
patch
10.
notes today for build
So
designers
it'll
to
be really
finish,
cool to see.
hopefully.
I think I've said cool to see a million times in the last.
I mean, I'm
like,
sure they will
minutes,
find out
so,
things after the season
maybe
actually goes live, but I think that
it's gonna be really cool to see you
the
guys.
initial wave of build guides will be up.
I'm rusty. I haven't been doing this for a little bit. So a huge thanks to Ben, Aislinn, and Charles for jumping on and talking a little bit about Season 10. Can't wait to see everyone jump in on September 23rd. And from everyone here on Team 3, Team Diablo, here at Blizzard, thank you, and we'll see you guys in the season of Infernal Chaos.
Chaos. Thank you.
Chaos! Okay, so let's see if they've updated this yet. I think they said they were putting the patch notes at the bottom of this, or it might be a new post altogether. Patch notes? Good link. Good link there. I don't know how soon they're going to get them up there. But they should be here today. Hello? That was weird. I don't see him anywhere here. Was all this in here earlier? I think it was. Yeah, usually when they add patch notes, it's going to be like another tab down here at the bottom or a completely separate post. But I don't think they have it ready quite yet. Unless it's in here. It is not. Okay. I think I'm going to call it for now. But did they tweet the link? Just go to Diablo4.com and go to the news section. It's always there. Missed some of the live. What was the best parts? So if you paid attention to what the PTR changes were, it's basically that they made a few tweaks here and there. They added a few more Chaos Armor options. Chaos Armor, if you're not aware, is a bunch of there's a pool of uniques that are going to be available to roll in different slots on your character. So it can be helmets, pants, chest pieces, gloves, and boots. So like for example, you can get like what would normally roll as a weapon or an amulet or whatever. It can be a chest piece instead. It'll always roll at least 1 GA, I believe, and the unique property will roll at 120% of the max value of the normal unique. So it's usually going to be pretty powerful. And so like whatever they drop as, like if you get it as boots, you can only use it there, but then you could get another one later that slots into your chest piece. So it's going to be kind of like a puzzle to put together like your best in slot set. But it's gonna open up like build potential that has never been there before. Like for like builds that required a certain unique helmet in the past, you weren't able to use like a Shaco or something. So now you'll be able to use the mythic, but also use that unique piece in like your boot slot or your glove slot or whatever. And then like on top of that, like the implicit value, like movement speed on boots or whatever, will then move with it. Like if you get boots on your chest piece, you're then going to have movement speed on your chest piece. So it's going to have possibilities that we haven't had before, which is really cool. And then there's also chaos perks instead of powers. Basically the same thing as what we've had in previous seasons, but this time there's like more class specific ones that look to be pretty powerful. Like there's one for Barbarian that any of your shouts that you have on your bar, hi Samantha, any of your shouts that you have on your bar will just be permanently up and be like automatically triggering like every few seconds or whatever. So I saw like one build that Rob posted. It's like an AFK Barbarian that's just like every time you shout, you're sending out tornadoes. But since it's automatically happening, he like started in Infernal Hordes and just like walked away. And it just kind of was like sending out tornadoes, killing everything. I don't know how efficient that would be, but it's viable. Like it's possible to do stuff like that. So there's going to be some cool builds that come out of it. They're making it to where the layer bosses aren't going to have immunity phases, but instead they're just going to get like a beefy shield. So if you're really powerful, you'll be able to just kill them instantly, which is awesome. That's the gist of it. There's also Chaos Rifts and major changes to Infernal Hordes. And then they talked a little bit on this about the seasonal storyline. They didn't really go into details other than, saying that there was going to be a storyline. But I'm excited to play through that. That's always fun. There's going to be a level up version of Infernal Hordes also that has less waves. I'm really curious if it's going to be viable to just do Infernal Hordes from level 1 all the way to 60 and then continue pushing them. The rifts they're in the open world. They say that the like difficulty and rewards are going to be similar to Helltide, but they can I don't know if they can only spawn at Helltide or if they're anywhere. But you'll see them on the map and you can like go to them and just like there's like a purple portal that pops up. I think they had a graphic on this page of what the portal looks like. Yeah, right here, Chaos Rifts. So you'll just like see them in the open world, and I think they have a higher chance to drop Chaos Armor. I think, and then you can also get Chaos Armor for doing at the end of Infernal Hordes if you have 666 ether. Instead of fighting the Council like you previously did, there's going to be an option to fight Bartok the Bloody, who was in Diablo 2. And in Torment 3 and 4, he's guaranteed to drop a piece of Chaos Armor. And in Torment 1 and 2, he has a decent chance to drop them. Yeah, demons come out of the rifts, yeah. I don't know if they have any like hidden secrets about them. Like maybe randomly you can go in one or something, but I don't think they've talked about anything like that. So that would be a surprise if they do that. This shows like a bear going in or coming out of one or something. This looks a little questionable. It kind of looks like he's coming out of a purple butthole. I'm just saying. Where are the cows? Hopefully next expansion. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still calling. I want a full cow expansion where we get to play a cow class. I think that would be sick. And then they also talked about apparently the reliquary is going to be getting better rewards this time. Hopefully that's like hopefully it actually does feel better, because last season was pretty underwhelming. The last 2 seasons. But yeah, I think this season has a lot of potential to be really good. But yeah, I'm going to call it for today. I don't really have a whole lot else to do. I might be back for a normal stream later. This comes out next Tuesday, 1 week from today. Probably 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's usually when they drop seasons. But they didn't officially announce that. But it is 1 week from today. Does it say on their website? It might. The patch notes are out now. Seasons. Infernal Chaos. Okay, so 6 days, 22 hours, 9 minutes. So yeah, I think that's 10 a.m. Pacific. Yep. So same as normal. The Pentagram of Chaos. Hunt the Fell Council. Earn Pandora. Combine Chaos armor sets. They're calling them armor sets. Discover Chaos armor, a new seasonal category of unique items that revolutionizes itemization. I wonder if you collect one of each armor set, are they going to have separate salvage rewards for the cosmetics to get the Chaos armor set? Is that what? Because that would be neat if getting them in the special Chaos format does give you like a different cosmetic. Bend chaotic magic to your will. That's the Chaos powers, the Chaos perks. Chaos Rifts. Conquer Vizjaktar's offering. I don't know what that is. The seasonal Infernal Chaos quest line. Got it. And then the Infernal Hordes changes. That's Bartuk. That's going to be the new seasonal fight at the end of Infernal Hordes. He is going to be a permanent change, but new reliquary. So that's the seasonal ones. That's the armor sets. That's the beast tab, so mounts and pets and stuff, and then the weapons. Looks similar, but hopefully there's more options. I don't know. We'll see when it comes. Yep. Alrighty, chat. I might be back later, or I might be back tomorrow. I'm undecided at this point. I do have a little bit of a headache, but I might come back in a little bit for, I don't know, maybe PoE 2. Maybe I'll play. I don't know what I'll play if I do come back, but we'll see. Anyways, have a good day, y'all. I will catch you later.